was talking to someone else about a collaboration. I think, I love the word and I love doing it. I mean, because it's a great thing. We just did a Juneteenth event over at St. Paul Temple, Temple Baptist Church. And let me tell you something, it was a great thing. It was a great thing. I was there for the first half of it, and then someone else came and closed it out. But it's just getting the community together, man. It's a great thing as well. It really is. One of those, to me, it is. It's a beautiful thing to see. But it takes, if I was just setting up, it would just be me. But if we, definitely get other people involved, look what it can be.
Absolutely.
Look what it can be. It could be a big community event. Definitely something worthy, right? Of, someone coming and spending some time. I mean, and that's it. Even if they don't have anything, I mean, like they have resources and things like that, let's do it. I mean, I think it's going to be great when we do that and understand that as well.
Yeah, and the more we can work together, the more people we can help. Bottom line.
That's it. That's it. I think the next part I want to talk about is just about collaborating in itself. It does take a village. I was saying about a month ago now, going on a month ago, my daughter had graduated from Woodrow, and I just look back, and then there's a lot of people were involved with that. Not just me, everybody's, whatever. It wasn't just me, it was a lot of people involved with that, because it takes a village, in order for that to happen. It takes a village in order for, Camp Elevate to be possible as well. It takes a lot of volunteers, a lot of, the parents, trusting in us, sponsors, churches, definitely educators, because you want to get them involved as well. Community organizations, local businesses, right? And like I said, the staff. But community, involvement is a big key, because without them, and that's the thing. I think is I just made a call, today about TSK pathways, prevention, literacy to life, and I'll say it on air here in a little bit, but just giving back to community is a big thing, but also making sure we have other people on board that are partners with us is a great thing as well. I think you can't go wrong when it comes to that as well. Definitely understand that it does take a village in order for this to happen. TSK Camp Elevate doesn't happen without the kids. Let's get it right. It doesn't happen without the parents who let the kids come, who sign up. It doesn't happen. Also doesn't happen just by anything. There's other camps they could go to as well. So I really, I'm grateful for the fact that they, chose to come here. That means that we have to step up to the plate and make it memorable as well.
Yeah.
Memorable, but also sustainable for them to understand and take some of the things they've learned, right? And carry them on. I was talking to some little gentleman I picked up yesterday, and just talking to them about some things, and just getting them to understand, listen, we don't have anything nice to say. We should say, things to people as well. Right. Just letting them know, but it's not, harping on the fact. I mean, that's one thing. That's one thing I learned. I learned a lot of things when I was at Presley about child development. Whole lot, things I'll never forget. But one of the things I did remember is, when it's over, it's over. When you have a conflict, when you have a problem, and I think that should go hand in hand for a lot of people, adults even, right? I think that's one of the things with them that, they kind of struggle with. But when it's over, it's over. We have to move on, because you're telling me, like, one of the things would be like, if there was, a discipline problem, right? A behavior problem in a way where it's negative, then we would we would try to say, okay, let's talk about it, let's go through it, right? And then we move on. Because if we keep going back to it, then they're gonna go back to it, and then all the things you said about, oh, it's over, we dealt with it, but you haven't, because the first time you get upset, you still bringing that back up.
Right back up. Yeah.
So just teaching those things. I think a lot of times what happens is, and this is not a knock, but a lot of people don't. I guess sometimes you don't know what a person's history would be unless they told you, as far as like, what kind of experience they had. I tell people certain things, but I don't go around. It's just not me. I mean, and if you do, hey, listen, keep doing it. I don't have a problem with it. I just don't do it a lot. But I've been working with kids and families for over 20 some years, so I know a little bit about that. Only, and like I said, a bulk of it is from Pressy Ridge, but it's also some from school too. Don't get me wrong, but it's just one of those things where we know that that community involvement matters. We know that, and then we also know on the other side of that, when communities stop, right, investing in the youth, things can get bad, right? And I think, the thing that I haven't, and this is one of the things, even with Presley, the things I haven't, little kids, had something kind of solid, consistent. Those middle-aged kids, maybe not. And I got some, some way. I mean, I've been talking. Let's get it right. I was talking to Adrian about this, about doing something because some kids had aged out basically of what the camp that we had, and probably a lot of camps don't take a lot of older kids either, but people that need things as well. And that's definitely something that when I hear that, you can either hear about it or you can do something, right? You can put it in. If you have things in place, if you're blessed to have things in place, unless because where we are now, in our in the new office, right over here on 16 Eisenhower, North Eisenhower, we're sitting in a new place where we call a studio, but out from that, you can see is a computer lab.
Right.
But what good is a computer lab? And I know we're shooting now, so nobody's in here. But what good is a computer lab if you can't use it? You know what I mean? You can't let them use it. And guess what? Sometimes, guess what? It's going to break, and that's okay. Yeah. We're going to fix it. Right. That's the way it's going to be. And that's something that we kind of go over as well. And that's something that like I said, for when it talks about takes a village, that's the thing. Before we close, that's the thing I want to understand, that this won't happen without these people, and I thank them. But I'm getting ready not to say direct thanks, but we're getting ready kind of close out, and I'll close a little bit, because I believe that every child deserves an opportunity to learn, grow, lead, and succeed. I believe that. I mean, I really do. And that's one of the things, because you never know. We got in that crowd that we had in the picture that we have, you got a future doctor, a coach, a pastor, an entrepreneur. We're all in there. Business owner, community leader. That's what it is, because that's what we are. And if we bring them around people like that, how great can it be? I mean, that they can, definitely aspire to be one of those people in the future as well. And that's why. I mean, so we're really trying to build futures at Camp Elevate. And that's one of the things that I like as well. And that's one of the things I believe, but, I'll be amiss before it closes. There's a lot of great sponsors that have given us right now more than before, than last year. I think that's a good thing. I think it's a testament to Adrian Banks, also Michael Folks, who's a part of camp staff as well. I mean, they've helped. They've done a lot to raise some money in support of the camp. I mean, and like I said, Miss Debbie Cross as well. She's been a great access to the Summer Collective and just helping, right? And you on the back end of that, Chad, help as well. I mean, help, trying to, not only get donations, not that the experiences, the kids, getting linked up to some good experiences through Camp Elevate as well. And that's what we want. I mean, we want to, continue that. We want to make it grow. I mean, unfortunately, we had to turn a lot of, people down. And I hate that, because that's as I am. I don't really want to turn anyone down, but I think at some point you have to. The registration was out there, and like I said before, we'll do a better job. Hopefully, like I said, for grace of God, we can do it more, and bring more kids in, so we can, definitely they can experience it as well. I think that's one of the things we spoke about as well. Which I mean, listen, I want kids, if they want to come, I want them to come. But there is a limit to that, and that's the only problem. But what if there really wasn't? What if there was, I would definitely talk to the board. I would definitely talk to members of the team. But if somebody wanted to collaborate and make this bigger,
absolutely.
If it sounds right, let's do it. Yeah. If it's the best, but guess what? Not if it's the best for the summit. If it's the best for the kids,
right?
Then let's do it. Right. You know what I mean? That's what we're speaking about, because that's the thing.
Before you get ready,